So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we're thinking about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open. Hands on the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. And try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. But we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to move the mind inward, away from the external world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation, and straining our awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then, without judgment or frustration, to lift our awareness up from those distractions and place our awareness gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time, trying to cultivate the view of oneself as the recipient of this incredible, interconnected web of kindness flowing from every other sentient being, thinking of all of the ways in which we've benefited from the efforts, the work of those around us, the warmth and safety of our homes, our clothes, everything that we use and enjoy. Every time that we need a service, we're able to just go out and find someone able to benefit us in that way. And thinking most importantly that all of our good qualities have been developed in relation to sentient beings. The degree to which we're accustomed to ethical behavior, kindness, generosity, compassion has all been cultivated with the field of sentient beings. So allow the wish to repay that kindness to dawn in the mind. And think that these kind other sentient beings are in a state where they meet with difficulties again and again. Their sufferings are pouring down like rain. I think the best way to be of benefit, to repay their kindness, is to lead them to a state beyond suffering, a state of perfect happiness. In order to do that, I must develop my own mind, my own capacity. So engaging in that process of genuine inner transformation is the purpose of my time and the purpose of my life. And then with that motivation, we will continue to explore the 8 verses of thought transformation. So the next verse: whenever I see beings of bad nature and those oppressed by intense negativity and suffering, will practice holding such rare ones dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. Whenever I see beings of bad nature and those oppressed by intense negativity and suffering, I will practice holding such rare ones dear as if I had found a precious treasure. We're working here with our tendency to only want to meet people who are like us, who agree with us, who are supportive, when in fact we often come across people that are quite challenging. Those who are deeply habituated to ways of acting that cause harm. And even those who, as it says, are oppressed by great suffering, they can remind us of the uncertainty that we face. Those who are homeless, or experiencing crushing poverty, addicted to drugs, whose minds have perhaps begun to fail. We often turn away, perhaps because they show us what's possible, what could be in store for our own future. We have all of these different kinds of sentient beings that we reject. Those who don't treat us in the right way, say the right things, those engaging in persistently negative actions in the world. So look back over your own life, try to get a sense of the aversion that arises in your mind when these interactions are happening. Begin to think, to recognize that this aversion in my own mind is giving me information about the limits of my own loving kindness, my own compassion. It's showing me how much further I myself need to grow to really live up to the ideal of the Bodhisattva. And think that these are future Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, only temporarily obscured by strong negativity, strong affliction. Try to separate the essence of the person from those temporary afflictions that are driving them to those actions. In many previous lives, they had delusions that were less intense, and again in future lives, they won't be experiencing that same level of intensity, and at some point, they will be able to completely eradicate those afflictions. Thinking in this way, bring to mind one or two quite recent examples or people. Imagine that you apply this way of thinking specifically to them, and see if you can shift that sense of aversion into a mind of compassion, a mind of loving kindness. Even a mind of cherishing. And then imagine in the space in front of you, at the level of the forehead, 6 or 8 feet in front, is Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion. If one has a root guru or resonates with a living master, then one thinks that that root guru is the manifestation, is inseparable from Avalokiteshvara. Avalokiteshvara's body is of pure white light and is radiating rainbow light of 5 colors: white, red, blue, green, and yellow. He has a gentle smile and looks at you and all other living beings with eyes of compassion. He has 4 arms. The hands of the first 2 are together at the heart, holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. The second right hand holds a crystal rosary, and his second left a white lotus. He's seated in the full Vajra position on a lotus and moon disk, and he's adorned with exquisite silks and precious jeweled ornaments. An antelope skin covers his left shoulder and breast. The entire visualization is of radiant light. And think that light rays and nectars are pouring forth from Avalokiteshvara's heart, entering through the crown of your head, filling your body and mind, purifying any obstacles, purifying the mind of self-cherishing, any obstacles to realizing the wisdom of the 8 verses, bestowing upon you the realization of that wisdom, perfect love, perfect compassion, the mind of cherishing others. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation which has generated positive energy in the mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when that positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and rise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve this state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.